question, we have been given the formula where they have said the formula for finding sum is sum is equal to 10 minus 10 over 2 power n. Alright, so this formula is very important, is the one we must rely on. And then they continue saying that the sum, or find the sum of the first 4 terms. So sum of the first 4 terms, this is question 1. We get the same formula, write it the way it has been put, and then we go to what we have been asked. Sum of 4 terms. So on n we put 4, which is equal to 10 minus 10 over 2 power 4. Remember, on n we are putting 4. So sum of 4 terms is equal to 10 minus 10 over 2 to the power 4 is 16. So sum of 4 terms is equal to 10 minus 2 can go into 10. How many times? 5. 2 into 16, it's 8. So it will be 5 over 8. And when we do our calculations nicely, we have 8 as our common denominator, this 8. And then here it will be 80 minus 5. Of which, when we work out nicely, we'll find that the sum of 4 terms will be 80 minus 5, which is 75 over 80, or 9 over our 9 as our number, 3 over 8. So this is our answer for the first question. For question 2, we have been asked to find the first 10. So in order for us to find the first 10, we are supposed to use the same formula. Now, since it's the first 10, on n we put 1. This time around we put 1 on n. So 1, and then we solve. So when we solve, we have something like this. So these 2 can go into 10. How many times? 5 times. So it will be 10 minus 5. And then S1 is equal to 5, which is 10 minus 5. So since it's the sum of the first 10, this is also our A, which is 5. So remember, we are supposed to use this A. Let me write it here. A is equal to 5. It will be used in the next question. Alright, so for question 2, they're asking us to find the sum of, or the first 4 terms. So for us to find the first 4 terms, we will find the sum of 2 terms. So find the sum of 2 terms. This is the first step, where we say sum. We get this formula, the way it looks, and then we say sum of 2 terms. It's 2 terms. So we put 2. Wherever we see n, we are putting 2. It will be like this. This one will be 4. 2 to the power 2 is 4. And then when we solve nicely, this can be reduced to 2, 5. So it will look like this. And this will be 20 minus 5 over 2. which is equal to 15 over 2. So this is the sum of two terms. So this sum of two terms, let me write it here. Sum of two terms is very important. We need it, so write it here. So the next thing will be to find the error, the common ratio. So for us to find the common ratio of this sequence, we are going to use the normal GP formula for finding sum. This formula you are given in the paper, it's there, this formula. So where there is sum, we put 15 over 2, the sum of two terms. And then our A we found is 5, 1 minus R to the power 2. We are dealing with two terms. This is the sum of two terms over 1 minus R. So the next thing will be 15 over 2, which is equal to 5. We use the difference of two squares. So this is difference of two squares. In case you don't know what it means, difference of two squares, check one of my videos. I've talked about difference of two squares. So this and this can cancel. So once they cancel, we remain with the 15 over 2, which is equal to 5. So we remain with this. So we can solve here. Once we solve, we have 5 plus 5R. So we can cross multiply. We have 10 plus 10R. We group like terms. We have something like this. Okay, this one has come here. We have 5, which is equal to 10R. Divide by 10, divide by 10. This will go. We remain with the 5 over 10, which can be reduced. This can be reduced to 5 into 5, 1. 5 into 10 is 2. So 1 over 2 is our R. So that's our R. So since we have found our R, at this point, we are going to get our A, which is 5, comma. We start multiplying. You know that this is a geometric progression, and under geometric progression, you need to get the common ratio, which is our R. We start multiplying by A, so it will be 5 over 2. When we say 5 times 1 over 2, so 5 times 5 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 2, it will be 5 over 4. Our next will be 5 over 8. So this is our answer. Thank you.